AI was not used in the creation of this podcast. This is the Social Geek Radio Network. It's the Franchise News Podcast for Wednesday, June 24th, 2026. I'm Jack Monson, and I read the news so you don't have to. Today's news is brought to you by CareerPlug and the franchise marketing agency, Thunderly. Are your franchise development marketing agencies, content creators, and PR teams really working together? Learn how Thunderly's amplified integrated marketing can drive franchise development growth at thunderlymarketing.com. Twin Peaks announced that Summit Acquisitions LLC, a group of Twin Peaks franchise operators, has assumed a strategic advisory role on behalf of the brand's bondholders. Twin Peaks will no longer be associated with FAT Brands and will return to its previous status as a privately held company. The brand's existing corporate leadership team will remain in place. President and COO Roger Gondek said, "This transition gives our team the foundation we've needed to execute the vision we've always had for this brand. The best days for Twin Peaks are ahead." Neighborly has launched its new redesigned Neighborly app, giving homeowners and renters a streamlined way to manage home maintenance, repairs, and improvement projects. Customers can create a free account to keep all important home service information in one place. CEO Mike Davis said, "When someone has a great experience with one of our brands, the Neighborly app helps them discover and engage with the other 18 of our brands across the U.S. It creates a simpler path for customers and a stronger growth engine for our franchise owners, more visibility, more connections, and more ways to win." According to the Chicago Food Depository, 1 in 5 Chicago households are experiencing food insecurity. Following the big NRA show here in Chicago last month, the National Restaurant Association has donated over 156,000 pounds of food, kitchenware, and supplies through agencies across Illinois. Lisa Malikow, Senior Vice President for the restaurant show, said the donations contributed through Fight to Feed and the addition of composting this year show what's possible when exhibitors, partners, and the venue work together to reduce waste and support local communities. Marco's Pizza announced the development of a new operations center of excellence in Orlando, designed to elevate franchisee training, strengthen operational execution, and support the brand's expansion. COO John Myers said, "This investment reflects the intentional way we scale our business. We're building the systems, environments, and capabilities that allow our franchisees to not only grow, but to operate with precision, consistency, and confidence." And with America's 250th birthday coming up next week, it's time to prepare for fireworks, especially if your dog hates fireworks as much as mine does. Camp Bow Wow, the nation's leading pet care franchise, has some great tips to make sure every member of the family, pups included, has a safe and happy holiday. Tips include setting up a secure spot at home with white noise or calming music, trying an anxiety vest, pheromone spray, or a lick mat to reduce stress. Take a morning walk before festivities again to burn off energy. I like that one. Offer a snuffle mat or frozen treat for a calm, rewarding evening activity. And double check that ID tags are current, legible, and on your dog at all times. Camp Bow Wow training specialist Molly Jesperson said, "The 4th of July is one of our busiest times of year, and we love helping families celebrate knowing their dogs are happy and in good hands." Aussie Petmobile, part of Home Franchise Concepts, is celebrating its 30th anniversary by announcing its next chapter, rebranded as Bark and Mane. The rebrand also introduces several strategic enhancements, including a modernized visual identity, a refreshed brand presence, and continued franchisee support. Corey Benish, President and CEO of Home Franchise Concepts, said, "With more than 95 million U.S. households owning pets, demand for stress-free one-on-one grooming has never been higher, and that's what's driving this transformation." And Paul Ebert, Group Brand President, added, "As we support our existing owners in capturing new opportunities within their markets, we're also excited to welcome like-minded entrepreneurs who want to join a proven system dedicated to exceptional pet grooming and care." People News and Career Moves coming up next. The Franchise News is brought to you by CareerPlug, the franchise hiring experts. Hiring is harder in 2026 than it was even a year ago. If you're feeling it across your network, you're not imagining it. and CareerPlug has the data to prove it. The 2026 Service Franchise Hiring Report breaks down what's actually working across 7 service industries, so you know exactly where to focus. Purpose-built for franchise systems and free to download. Get your copy at offers.careerplug.com/franchise-report. We'll have a link to that in today's show notes. In People News, Visiting Angels has promoted Scott Parrish to president. ScentHound welcomes Bethany Kaufman as Director of Digital Marketing. Jennifer Del Vecchio has been appointed Chief Marketing Officer of McDonald's Canada. College Hunks Hauling Junk and Moving announced the addition of Eric Osborne as Director of Franchise Development. Christy Skluzacek has joined Tierra Incandata as Chief Financial Officer. Hungry Howie's welcomes Jimmy Simonte as Executive Vice President of Marketing. Caitlin Tomlinson Hansen is now Senior Manager of Franchise Training and Capability at Applebee's and IHOP. And at Thunderly, the Project Management Team welcomes Hannah Smith, and the Brand Management Team welcomes Sophie Blaine. Congratulations to all. Let's get loud. And as I mentioned last week, coming up on the franchise calendar in the next couple of months, absolutely nothing. Go enjoy your summer. We'll see you in person at some great franchise events this fall in Washington, D.C., Dallas, Fort Lauderdale, Vegas, Nashville, Atlanta, and more. We'll be off next week getting ready for the 4th of July and America's 250th anniversary. Happy Independence Day. And that's the way it is in the franchise community. Thank you for listening and staying connected on the Social Geek Radio Network.